Obviously, every individual is unique, has their own talents, their own personality. But is there any common traits that this team shares, and particularly some of the new guys that you brought in?
Well, I think we've been able to be together. I think it's going on our 8th week, and so we're still learning each other. They're learning how they each coexist. They're learning a new system. They're learning the expectations. So I think it's a work in progress. But so far I think the guys have done a really good job of kind of becoming a unit and becoming a team.
Coaches are essentially teachers, and when you see guys that you have taught start to teach others, is that rewarding?
Yeah, I think it is. I think specific to this group, we've got a few guys that are familiar with what we do, and so just seeing them being able to help the new guys. I think in today's age of college athletics, you have guys that bring different experiences. So I think it's an opportunity for guys to maybe learn from someone, even though they haven't been in your system, that they're familiar with what it takes to compete at this level. And then we're fortunate that specific, like last week we had some former players come back and be able to share their experiences with the guys. So I think it's a variety of different ways, just in terms of how guys learn and how guys can pour into each other.
How far have you seen Javon grow as both a player and as a man?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Javon's is going on his 3rd year, so he's one of the veterans and one of the more experienced guys on our team, and probably the most experienced guy in terms of our system. So we've asked Javon to play several different roles since he's been here, from being the primary point guard to playing more off the ball last year. And we'll ask him to do probably a few different things for us this year. So just I think his comfortability with the system and what the expectations are, and I think his familiarity with what I want as a coach, I think puts him in a unique position. So I think he's embraced all of it, and looking forward to him being able to be a guy that we can rely on as a leader.
Based upon what you've seen, whether playing here or playing someplace else, and what you've seen these 8 weeks, do you feel like you've got some versatility within your roster?
Yeah, I think so, and that's what we strive to do. Anytime we put a roster together, we strive to have guys that different combinations can play together. So as we learn each other, and as I learn them, they learn what we expect, and we can figure out how to put guys in position to become what we always talk about, where the sum's greater than the individual parts. And so you want to kind of see that, and that's part of the process of what we try to do now until the season starts. So it's not a finished product right now, but I think we got a better idea than we had 8 weeks ago.
You have a couple more practices, then the guys get a couple of weeks off. They go home or whatever.
Yeah.
Do the coaches get a chance to exhale for a bit?
Yeah. I hope so. Obviously, the coaches have done a great job of putting a group together and working hard over the course of the summer. So, yeah, the plan is to kind of get away a little bit and kind of enjoy families, enjoy some time away, and then we'll come back and hit it hard once we get started.
You mentioned the role Javon's going to have. What about the other returnees, guys like Jacob Connor, J.M. Simon, and
Yeah, I mean, we're going to need everybody, and that's the I think the consensus every year is that everybody on the team, whether you play 30 minutes or you play 30 seconds, has a level of influence. And so, for us, it's always going to be about team.
8 new players on the roster. Apart from your first year here, is this the largest group of first-year players you've had in your time here?
Probably. I really haven't thought about it a whole lot, but yeah, most likely.
You have a chance to see that YouTube video last night, the first episode of Building the Foundation?
I have not seen it yet, but looking forward to watching.